I guess you learn something new every day. Didn't realize this next act was from England. Three women from England called Mis-Teeq with Scandalous, a big song back in the summer of 2004. Got it at number 9, down from number 8 on my fantasy playlist, July 25th, 2004. Three women were in this group: Sabrina Washington, Alicia Dixon. Got to talk about Alicia Dixon in just a minute. She was really big in England. Well, this group was really big in England. And there was also Sue Elise Nash. Sabrina Washington and Alicia Dixon, they met at a dance. They met at a dance studio in Fulham. And Sue Elise Nash, she was a student. She was a university student studying for a business degree before she joined Mis-Teeq. They were really big in England. They had about 7 consecutive top 10 hits in the UK. Their first album was called Licking on Both Sides, okay? And that went platinum over in the UK, yielded about 3 or 4 hit singles for them. And Eye Candy was their second album. They also toured with Shaggy. Remember Shaggy back in the day? He's still out and about these days as well. He's been around for quite a while, but they toured with him back in 2002, which did not hurt them at all, Mis-Teeq. And Eye Candy was their second album, came out in 2003, and featured Scandalous. Scandalous was their first American, it was their debut American release, but didn't do too well here in the States. It just it's kind of ironic. You had the British invasion in 1964, which was phenomenal, and then you had another British invasion in 1983 and 84, which was pretty robust. But British acts were having a hard time breaking into the American charts, breaking into American top 40 radio in the 2000s. A lot of it due to the very limited playlist of American top 40, or basically top 20, top 15 radio. Can't accommodate a lot of artists when you have a tight playlist like that. Scandalous went to number 35 here in the States, but did much better in Europe. Was top 10 in a Gosh, Scandalous was top 10 in about 12 or 13 countries around the world. Went to number 2 in England, number 3 in Ireland, number 9 in Denmark. And Scandalous, they broke up in 2005. And Alicia Dixon, this is interesting about Alicia Dixon. I didn't know she started out in Mis-Teeq. Alicia Dixon later became pretty big in England. She signed with, but not at first though. She signed with Polydor Records after the group broke up, and she released 2 singles in Britain that did not do well. Polydor dropped her. She signed with Asylum Records, and she came out with a breakout album called the Elisa. I can't pronounce her first name. Lisa Dixon, Elisa Show was the name of the album. The Boy Does Nothing. God, I remember listening to that record on BBC's Radio 1 and just flipped over it. It was just a great record. No impact whatsoever here in the States, but it was a huge hit in Europe. Actually, I effed up. Scandalous was a song that went to number 2 in England, number 3 in Ireland, number 9 in Denmark. It was The Boy Does Nothing that went top 10 about 12 or 13 European countries. Went to number 5 in England, sold 400,000 copies in Britain. The Boy Does Nothing. And, well, I guess that's all I got to say about Alicia. I highly recommend for the American audience. If you're in America watching this video, I highly recommend The Boy Does Nothing. It's just kind of a classic, almost sort of an old-fashioned pop record in some ways. The Boy Does Nothing. Alicia Dixon loved it. Late 2008, early 2009, when that thing was rip-roaring the charts in England. But let's go back to this Mis-Teeq record, Scandalous, at number 9 on my fantasy playlist, July 25th, 2004.